This is a special time of the year where we celebrate different New Years, and they kind of crescendo or grand finale at the Chinese New Year, usually somewhere in late January or early February. And this year we're going to be celebrating the Lunar Chinese New Year on Sunday. And so it is my tradition to always prepare you for this particular New Year by asking all of you to join me in the practice of Feng Shui. Now, I purposely had us study prana for the last semesters. We're still studying the invisible aspects of ourself and looking at the nadis and the chakras and the vayus to see that I am not only a physical being, but I am an energetic spiritual being. And in that, we are going to look at this old science and medicine and practice of Feng Shui in a way that we understand everything is energy. And just as Carolyn Meese was saying, I am energy, and in that I'm constantly giving information and receiving information, like our autonomic nervous system on autopilot. Everything in our life is an extension, either an extension of our energy, like the things in this living room, this home, the clothes I'm wearing, or I'm in communication with the energy of things and experiences and people in my life on an energetic level. And so every year I ask you to read Clear Your Clutter with Feng Shui by Karen Kingston. It's a small, little, powerful book that will change your life. And I ask you to keep it because we get it out every year and we review it. And I know you will read this and be like, I want to give this to 10 people. That's great. Go buy a book for them at your local bookstore and gift it to them. But keep this copy for yourself. And when you begin your studies this week, and a lot of homework I'm giving you is the best homework you'll ever do, we look at the Bagua, which you've studied with me many times. It's the aspect of understanding space. Just like you understand the chakra system, your spiritual, your emotional self that evolves up the spine through the energy wheels, in Bagua we understand that there are 9 aspects, and I'm not going to read them all. I would rather have you watch the Dharma Talks and keep this shorter, but there's wealth and prosperity, there's community, family, another one is wisdom and knowledge, which is different than creativity. Health sits in the middle. And this is a way of understanding ourselves. These are all aspects of my one wild, precious life. And yet I can also see that through the energy of space. And so I always talk about the containers in space. So this container I call Diana. This container I call my living room. This container I call my home. This container I call Laguna Beach. I call California, planet Earth, the solar system. And in Feng Shui, if I don't have my Feng Shui compasses at the Shala today, but when you look at my low pen, this antique compass, you will see that it is has a magnet in the center and the I Ching symbols around it and all these kanji of different things to read space. But if you flip it around, the back of it has a solar system. And so understanding for a Feng Shui expert to come in and read this living room, this house, they would understand that in the bigger container. And so I ask you to look this week through your life with the eyes of energy and to see in this Vagua, in the different arenas of your life, where are things like your body in flow? Because we understand health is energy flowing. And where are there blockages of energy? And you might just know that from reading Bagua and say, oh, I definitely am blocked in creativity. And so then you might lay the Bagua over as Karen shows you simple diagrams on how to look at your house or your office. Or you might just know where to tackle that intuitively. But you could look at it the other way. You could look at an aspect of your house and go, okay, my bedroom has been neglected. There's old stuff in there. There's clothes I need to get rid of. So you go in and you work your bedroom. And Marie Kondo, which is also her book that we will read for the semester of this week as well, asks you to hold things and hold them to your heart and say, does this spark joy? And if I can't say that this book sparks joy anymore, then I would gift it. I would give it away. And in that process, we're not just studying Feng Shui this week, we're studying the aspect of Feng Shui, which is clearing clutter. And so clutter can be, I stack one book on my living room counter and then another book, and then all of a sudden there's a bunch of junk next to it. It becomes this sticky space and more things get stuck to it. And this idea of putting those things away and clearing them and keeping it clean and clear literally change our energy. And if you look at aspects of it, my energy might change differently from clearing my pantry than it does from clearing my closet. And so we can look at different aspects of our life and know, where do I need to get energy and flow this year? And maybe I love my creativity, but I would like to welcome more creativity into my life. And so we look at that from an energetic perspective and a clearing perspective. If you watch the Dharma Talks, I get excited about stories I share from the past, and how once people do the work of clearing just one simple drawer, how it shifts your personal energy and you feel lighter and you feel better, you feel more complete, like this door isn't open to some energy that's been incomplete for a while, but that you feel like you're liberated from something heavy as well. And trust me, this is something that I've heard other people say, and it happens for me every year I do this, is wherever there were blockages, and you cleared and you let things go, you gave them away. The yogis feel better. We know that that's hoarding or stealing when we're not using something. We let that energy flow. And when we do, something flows back through that door that we didn't realize that door was blocked. And what was on the other side, we don't know until we clear that energy and allow it to flow through. So it's a very exciting week. It's simple as just cleaning a few drawers. It doesn't have to be your entire house. Choose what you can, but it's very addictive as well. Like once you clear a drawer, then you want to do another drawer. And once you do your kitchen cupboard, then you're going to think of something else you might want to do. So join me for the homework, join me for the Dharma Talks, and it's going to all lead up to Sunday, which is going to be our Chinese New Year puja.